Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 12 in the ALV for November 12th, 2023. Who loves correction loves knowledge, but he who hates reproof is brutish. A good man shall obtain favor from Yahweh, but a man of wicked devices he will condemn. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. A worthy woman is the crown of her husband, but she who makes ashamed is his rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are just, the counsels of the wicked are deceit. The words of the wicked are of lying in wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. The wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. A man shall be condemned according to his wisdom, but he who is of a perverse heart shall be despised. Better is he who is lightly esteemed and has a servant than he who honors himself and lacks bread. A righteous man regards the life of his beast, but the mercies of the wicked are cruel. Who tills his land shall have plenty of bread, but who follows after vanities lacks sense. The wicked desires the net of evil men, but the root of the righteous is the constant. In the transgression of the lips is a snare to the evil man, but the righteous shall come out of trouble. A man shall be satisfied with the good by the fruit of his mouth, and the doings of a man's hands shall be rendered to him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he who is wise hearkens to counsel. A fool's vexation is openly known, but a prudent man conceals shame. He who breathes out truth shows forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is who speaks rashly like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of those who devise evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. No mischief shall happen to the righteous, but the wicked shall be filled with evil. Lying lips are an abomination to Yahweh, but those who deal truly are his delight. A prudent man conceals knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaim foolishness. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothfulness shall be put under forced labor. But slothfulness shall be put under forced labor. Heaviness in the heart of a man makes it stoop, but a good word makes it glad. The righteous is as a guide to his neighbor, but the way of the wicked causes them to err. Slothfulness does not roast what he took in hunting, but the precious substance of men is to the diligent. In the way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. So what's a good guy? What's a righteous guy? Somebody obtaining favor from Yahweh, doing what he wants. And I'm in the middle of having chats with my bestie about ladies and tell them all the time, and I just told my kids, the single most important decision you'll make in your life after whether or not you're going to follow Jesus is the woman that you link yourself with. Real talk, fellas. Take it from a guy that's been married for a while now. But in particular, a worthy woman is the crown of her husband, but she who makes ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. Let's unpack that a little bit. We got the most obvious kind of dichotomy here, right? The modest, pure woman, traditional, right? Versus our modern, lewd, brash ladies. One makes us look good, us as guys, right? The husband. The other is like something to deal with and have to contend with constantly. I don't know about you, but I don't need that in my life. So, one criteria to choose on. Another one is a worthy woman being the crown of her husband. When we look at the Proverbs 30 woman, right? 31. And all the ways in which she is operating herself, the things she's doing, how she deals with her household. And that woman is a boon to her house, her husband, and everyone around her, the community at large, it talks about. Versus a woman who's only interested in herself. Okay? And we see plenty of examples that there's nothing new under the sun, but at the same time, it seems it's way more traditional, or, wrong word, way more acceptable now for people to just do as they want to do, especially ladies, because it's empowering and whatever else. On one hand, fine, go do what you want to do. On the other hand, you're going to answer for that if you do end up getting married, right? You're going to bring that baggage with you, both public and private baggage from your escapades. And it's this rottenness in your bones. It's like you just can't even, there's nothing you could do about it. It causes a sense of angst and pain, right? Other friend right now is making more money than he's ever made in his life. And they don't have any money because this woman will not stop spending the money. And there's something to be said about gaining control of your own household. But again, this is I don't want to call her crazy. She certainly foots that bill, though. But it's almost like it's easier for him to get walked on by her than it is to set hard lines with her. And I know it's eating him up, so to speak, like rottenness in his bones. Choose wisely. Told my buddy last night talking about this, different buddy, the first one I was talking about, that hunger may make the best sauce, but loneliness will certainly cloud your judgment. So don't make a choice that's suboptimal to cure your loneliness. And we don't have servants in our modern time, right? I mean, if you're rich, you got servants and stuff, but the average person doesn't have one. So it might be a little difficult for us to understand, but it's kind of like, if you have enough to support yourself and another person, this servant, that's better than trying to be flashy and not even having proper amount of food. So don't show off to people. Worry about having what you need. And fast forwarding to the end, about slothfulness doesn't even roast the game he took in hunting, but the precious substance of men is to the diligent. Need to be striving and trying and utilizing all of our resources and being smart with everything that we do, because time is limited in this short little life that we got, and you can't get it back. So don't be slothful, don't be lazy, be diligent, work hard, cross the board in things. The way of righteousness is life, and in its pathway there is no death. Stay righteous, at least try. Go with God, be blessed.